All right, welcome to another episode from the Chart Readers. I am continuing the AI sector review, looking at three stocks here: SoundHound, Guard Force, and Big Bear AI. Look, I do think AI is the new hot stock in the NASDAQ world. It used to be the EV cars. I do think these are going to start taking over, you know what I mean? So, seeing some solid double digits on a daily, I don't think is going to become uncommon in this little nectar of the woods, okay? And then, if there's any more AI stocks you want me to watch, let me know, please. I would actually love to look at more than just these five, okay? That said, look, what are we going to do today? Same thing we always do, right? We'll take a look at the daily and the weekly to see how things are setting up. We have our five moving averages, these horizontal support and resistance lines, excuse me. And then when we're done up here, we'll use the MACD, RSI, and volume as our lower indicators. Hey, really quickly, if you can please like and subscribe, it does really well with the YouTube algorithms. But even if you don't, thank you so much for watching these, okay? And then if you disagree with anything, please let me know. I'm not here trying to pretend I'm all knowing and I'm going to be a hater if you disagree. I would much rather hear your better opinions if they're out there. You know what I mean? So it's a team effort here. So let's get into it. Look, I like doing sector reviews because I do believe that one good stock can lift the boat, like raise the tides for the rest, right? So AI dropped some really liked earnings. I don't necessarily know if they were good or what they were, but the reaction to the earnings was beautiful, and I think it made everyone else look that much better, right? I don't think this stock has released earnings yet, but I don't think it's coming up on Monday or Tuesday. So that might give it a couple days to ride it. Look, I have no idea if this one's going to be good earnings or not too, right? But if it's bad, hey, you might get a little bit of a rise before they come out, right? I'm not as happy here as I am with Palantir or AI, okay? First and foremost, this is kind of a technical recovery right here, okay? Losing the 200, the last moving average, is definitely a bad thing, okay? It's been trading under the 8 for a number of days, basically till here. Sorry, I went a little too far, but the last 6 days under the 8, the last 5 days under the 20. Looks like the RSI got pretty low. RSI got to 28. I always say 30 is generally too low, and that should mean a recovery, right? And yeah, though it lost this, we had two right here, and you know I say it, right? It's hard to break two up, and it's also hard to lose two down, right? And doesn't quite come all the way down, but yeah, enough to kind of bounce it. The 200 was a little bit to bring it up, but yeah, we couldn't get over the 8. We didn't even wick over the 8. And again, the 20 is still up here, right? So I think I need a little bit more to actually believe. I like that the MACD is kind of leveling off. It's not quite completely parallel, but hey, it's not going down, down, down anymore, and we're still in the positive. That's good. RSI, like I said, is looking better. We're making at least a nice little recovery. I'm going to zoom in just to see. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's going like up as much as I want. You know what I mean? But I like the volume. And look, you can see we've actually had this level volume what looks like a couple times, give or take. Yeah, so this is somewhat natural and not yet the big spikes, right? So and hey, one more thing, like I can see the 50 moving average going up. I love that, right? There's more interest here, there's more eyes here, there's more volume here. That's good. You know what I mean? Volume is king. Sometimes volume isn't on your side, right? But again, the fact that it's growing means the attention is growing, and that's good. It really, really is, okay? But again, I think there's a couple ways to play this, and a lot of it is going to be what's your comfort level. All right, first and foremost, you know my rule: I don't like a stock that's under the 8, right? So you at least got to get over the 8. You at least, if for me, I would wait for the 20 break right here, and really this is the line. So what number is this? It's 377. Okay, I'm actually going to go ahead and set my alert for 377. This is the last big candle that just never got confirmed, and you can see obviously I drew my line at this one. This is there's a resistance here for sure, but I think there's definitely an alert right here. Gets us over these lines and it gets us over this candle. Those are good things right there. What happens if we break that? man, that's for sure a money line. And again, I don't know exactly when earnings are, but I think earnings will either help just propel it over that line to make a nasty, almost 50% move. Because look at that, nothing but green, 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 and then a red. Like that should be a really easy fill if we get here. And I'll be so honest with you, I definitely need an alert for that line. Let me know when we ever get to that thing. But yeah, there's interesting things happening here. But again, I don't know if it's nothing more than a piggyback off AI versus a justified sound hound pop. Okay, this isn't a good weekly. The one good thing is, hey, it looks like this resistance, this support line did its job. It actually supported, right? It could have kept going, but no, that's where the word comes from, right? I see that we wicked pretty far, actually wicked under the 8. You know, I don't care too much about the wicks. I just kind of care about the body more. But yeah, we're over the 8. The 8's actually still kind of going up. I don't get why the 20 is going down. That's a little weird. And hey, look, 63 is not that bad because it wasn't that long ago. We were at least in the 70s, right? So let's see. But again, it's not a great weekly. This weekly doesn't scream we're heading back up, right? There's just a couple odd. This thing's still in the negative. It does look good, though. I will say that. But yeah, I think this one's more of a wait for this to break. I like this line just a little bit more where you saw me set the alert. And obviously, this is the money line for sure. Next one will be Guard Force AI. Boom. Okay, interesting here. All right, so I think a lot of the same comments from SoundHound actually. Look, beautiful things happen over the 8 and the 20. You know, I don't have to say that. You're watching these, right? But losing this was really bad. Losing those were really bad, okay? And look how low the RSI got. 12. All right, I'm real surprised around here. Where was it? It was still at 47. There was still some. That was a 34. That's interesting. All right. And then, yeah, but those were just two hard lines to get to, right? Okay. Again, sorry, I'm kind of talking to myself here. So bad things happen. RSI gets super low. AI drops good, like earnings. Sector rises. What do we think's about to happen here? You know, I don't know. This one looks a little worse, right? Because this one actually doesn't even have the RSI over it, right? That said, 16 is really low. And yeah, I think this is going to be a decent line because where's this at? Yeah, I mean, you're making a decent. I would love to know if we get to 90.62. 62. Cool. I don't think I would touch this below 9 point, and then does 9.62 put me? Yeah, the low is 9.41. So maybe you can do. Wait, that don't make sense. Wait. What am I looking at here on this one? 9.95. What did I just put my alert at? Oh man, I think I just lost my. I know I did it like right over this, right? 9.62. Interesting. Okay, that's what I was trying to say. So this might be another entry worth doing. Sorry about that. Wow. You could play $10 as your entry line to potentially ride to basically 12. That's a 20% pop right there. What does that look like on the 11.15? Okay, 11.15 might be a little bit of a resistance. Where's 11.15? 11.15, give or take this. Okay, so roughly the top of this guy. Not even really. Is it 50% of this guy? Yeah, okay. At that point, I think you'd at least wick it to here. But knowing that 11, okay, I like the 961 line. I think I'm happy with my entry. I can't believe I lost my train of thought right there. Sorry about that, Jesus. But one more time, look, these three lines are going to be difficult to break. These two lines are going to be difficult to break. The one good thing to say is this RSI is so low, it really could rip through both and only be at 50, saying that, hey, you might have some more room to actually go to the 21 before you're even at the 80s, right? So there's a little bit of good that this thing is crazy, crazy low. And that this thing is close to zero. Because again, one more good, or at least by getting to this, if you're at the 0 or positive and you're only at a 50, I could see that being a pretty nice move actually. So yeah, okay. I think that's pretty good on guard force. Did I talk about the weekly enough? I think I did. Not really. All we really did was talk about this. Look, this isn't that great a weekly, right? I will call that a doji right on the 20, which is kind of interesting, right? Looks like hopefully we can get one more of these, right? That's kind of what I was trying to almost imply, right? I can see this $16 being a good resistance. What is 16 at? Here. Interesting. There's nothing really. Is it the top of this guy? No. Interesting. Why would I draw the... Okay. I'm going to draw the 16 line, though. I don't see... Well, but see, it's going to keep moving. No, I'm not. That's just silly, right? Okay, cool. We are good. Okay, I do think that's it. I don't want to overdo it, but watch the 50 at the minimum on the weekly, right? Because this thing's going to move, and if it gets as high as it gets, the 50 might... Maybe around 15, it'll do something. But yeah, so far I do like these lines. I don't want to overcomplicate it here. Cool. BBAI, Big Bear. Okay, not too shabby here. This is an interesting chart right here, okay? Why is it interesting? Really, it's the way the last couple days played out. So look, obviously once it lost the 8, that was bad. Once it lost the 20, it got even worse. It was really hard to lose 2 lines, and it literally does that and gives me a decent confirmation. And look, this is a nice little red, right? This is where we wick. That makes sense. We came to this, but just couldn't break it. It's okay. But I would love to just even get to right here, give or take. Even right here, give or take, wouldn't be too bad. And that's actually where we wick to, give or take. But I don't necessarily need to break the 20 here to be, like, give me confirmation on this, because I love that this was our confirmation of yesterday, right? That's a big candle on 2. That's an important support bounce. That's a nice way of saying, yeah, obviously I wish it was a little better and there was a bigger candle, right? But that's why I'm saying I don't need a monster right here tomorrow. Just get me here. Get me here. Yeah, this is where we want it. I want to get to the bottom of this, or I guess the top of this, right? Give or take. Give me one of those, and I will actually be... This one looks a little better. But again, I'll just go ahead and say it. Is it a sector run that this one doesn't deserve, and on Monday everyone's going to kind of be like, nah, it's not you, it's actually only AI? Or, hey, is the tide rising for the whole sector? And look, they all made a monster run. They all had a good amount of cool down. They all had a decently healthy cool down. And look, I'm still very much, I'll draw it, why not? There's still very much a nice trend line happening here, right? First, I'll go with these 2. Okay, no, it doesn't really hold it, but yeah, right there. We're right there with it, That held pretty well, you know what I mean? So let's just see if it keeps going back up. Hey, maybe it comes back in one more time. But yeah, this one's in the positive. It kind of looks like the down is over and it's starting to curve a bit more. I mean, there's definitely some stuff to like here. You know what I mean? So, and again, I don't need monstrous confirmation because I do like that gap up and at least how it ended. So that's not a good weekly, but that's definitely a doji right on the 2 support lines, right? So it looks like we definitely lost one. It definitely looks like we lost both, but that's not good enough to confirm it. And really, this is only the first one to go under the 8 as well, right? So let's see how it moves up. What is this line? 365. Where's 365 at? Right here, give or take. It's the top of this guy. Okay. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I would see 375 being a little bit more, but yeah, I mean, knowing that 365 is here, that's definitely going to be something for sure. But yeah, so far, again, like I said, the sector moves together is generally a thing. AI, people loved it. Just in general, AI, I do believe, is the hot sector. So be a little more cautious unless you actually see reason to believe. And again, I would love a little more fundamental knowledge on these ones. I don't have that much of it. So if you have it, throw it in the comments. I would actually appreciate that. But hey, nonetheless, I appreciate your time. You know that. Have a great one.